of this amazing project, the I'm Loving Me Project, where we come to inspire you to love yourself, to know your worth, to show you how beautiful you are, how powerful you are, just how much you mean to the world, and give you the tools and the strategies and everything that you need in order to live the life that you want to live. I try my best to come on here each and every morning to inspire you before you get out there into the world and before you actually go to work, so that you know and understand that, and just keep it in the back of your mind with everything that you're doing, right? Because I think that's important. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. As you guys know, one of my favorite rappers passed, DMX, and I wrote a little blog post about it. Well, I didn't write it. I did a video about it because I thought it was important, since it's Abuse and Assault Awareness Month, just to talk about the importance of what abuse and assault does to you as a child and what it does to you as you grow older, right? And the point that I was trying to make, if you guys received the email and the newsletter, because I didn't want to put it on social media, because I didn't want it to be, something that was like, the regular cliche that everybody was posted. But the reason why I put it out there is because the important thing that we need to know and understand is that you never know how much trauma affects people and what they do to go ahead and cope with that trauma. It doesn't matter how much money you make, it doesn't matter who you are. Those demons that follow you, they follow you. And one of the things that I appreciated about DMX was he was not closed to the fact that he has experienced trauma, and he wasn't close to the fact that he was suffering, and he was very open about it, right? And he knew that he was difficult, and he knew the things that he was doing, wasn't right. But one of the things that he did try to do is cling on to his faith as much as he could in order to go ahead and see if he could get through it, right? The thing that he did not do was be dedicated to getting the help that he need to fully change, because it's very hard to trust someone. So that's why I put the other video down with Roxanne Shante, because you got to understand that uh, when you have been through some things, and we all know it's very hard to trust people, right? It is very hard to sit up there and say, I am going to put all of my vulnerability in your hands so that you can help me. That's crazy, especially when you're doing the type of work he was doing, right? And going through the things that he was going through. The trust is very hard, right? You think about it and you think about your life, how many people you actually trust in your life, right? And how many people actually betrayed that trust. And now just how guarded you are. And even though you're working on yourself and you're trying to get yourself to a different level in your life, you still have those barriers in your head when you're thinking, right? So that's why I put that out there, because sometimes people need to hear and see exactly see an example of how and what trauma does to you, right? But the beautiful thing about it is that when you feel vulnerable enough where you're like, okay, I am really gonna go ahead and see if I can make this happen for myself, and really dedicate myself to living a different life and getting on a journey, it does help. And you can get the help that you need, but you got to be able to be dedicated to it. The thing with DMX is he fell in love with the dark man, right? That was his way in which he made his money, and that was the way in which he, was able to be successful. So that dark part of him supported his lifestyle. It supported who he was, right? But we can't deny that, the music was good. Hey, Kim, and I'm from New York, so his music was great to us and everything. So rest in peace to him, praying for his family. And, that's that we We just want to make sure that we know and we understand when we see it in someone else. You give that person an encouraging word. You tell them that you love them. You tell them that, that someone is here for them, even if they don't believe it, because 9 times out of 10, they don't, right? Even if they don't believe it, at least give them a hug and just let them know, that this too shall pass if they want it, right? Because there's really nothing that you can do but allow them to go through the process, because they can't hear you until they hit their rock bottom, which we talked about before, right? So that was a part of the weekend. And then, ladies, it's like a couple of you guys on. Okay, so it's getting warm here in Atlanta, right? So, me and my friends, we went to brunch yesterday to go ahead and have some fun, right? Because I try to get with them at least once a month because everybody is busy and traveling and doing all this stuff. And this pertains to the topic that we're going to talk about, because I need some of y'all help, okay? The ones of y'all who are single, the married people. uh, I don't need y'all help. I already know what marriage is like. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, y'all. So y'all know a sister is on her journey, right? Where I am trying to put myself out there just a little bit more to go ahead and, see what this new thing is about, because I haven't, you guys know the story. I haven't really been out there where I've been quote unquote dating, right? So we go to brunch yesterday. Brunch is big here in Atlanta and stuff. And we got a 2 hour wait. So we have this 2 hour wait. We're waiting. It was like seven of us, and we decided, that we was gonna go ahead and get some mimosas before we actually got to our table, right? So they said that we couldn't start drinking until 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock. So it was early. It was early. It was maybe like 10:15 or something like that, right? So it was a whole bunch of people outside. And you guys never met me, but you can feel from my personality that I'm very outgoing. I love to talk to people. I love to be out there. I love to do all this, right? So, of course, I come across, first of all, I got to say this. If y'all saw the Ron Isley versus the Earth, Wind, and Fire, can I tell you, these dudes done bought out all these older men? I mean, they are winning. You hear me? They are winning. I seen so many older dudes yesterday with the salt and pepper beard and all that coming outside. And I'm talking about at least 70. Okay, 69, 70, in good shape and all this stuff, right? So one of the guys, he had a female in the car, but he jumped out the car early, right? He jumped out the car early and was running up the little street to see what the weight was. So everybody saw him get out the car, and he was in a Bentley, if I didn't mention. So he comes up and everybody's like, okay, he dressing young and all this stuff. And so we was like, "Oh, you look nice and all that." So he said, "Oh, Ryan Isley got y'all looking at us now." Right? "Oh, Ryan Isley got y'all looking at us now." And we up there like, you got a nice outfit on, right? You got a nice outfit on, and it looks nice. So, but girl, can I tell you, it was not only him, it was at least 10. I mean, purple suits, y'all, pink suits, what's the big old shoes, the gator shoes, all this stuff. And I'm up there like, with young women. And I was just like, oh my God. I guess this is Ron Isley done brought out the trend in these guys, because they just kept pulling up, taking these ladies to lunch, right? So of course, since everything is so new for me, I'm sitting up there and I'm looking around, right? And I'm up there like, okay, so I see this guy, right? And I'm looking at him, and see, for me, I look, y'all, I'm very outgoing. So, you know, you'll notice when I'm looking at you, right? Because I like stare, right? Because I'm looking at your smile. I'm basically doing a whole bunch of stuff in my head, right? So I'm looking at your smile. I'm looking to see, your personality, all this stuff. So the guy had a nice smile, nice personality, and everything. So here I go. I say, well, come here for a second, right? I didn't do what I did last time. Y'all already know that, the dude thought I was rude. I didn't ask the questions. I didn't do it this time. I said, I'm going to learn my lesson and I'm going to try, right? And so I I said, what's your name? And he said, Mike. And I was like, that don't sound like your name, but okay, right? And we was just conversing back and forth, but it was seven of us. It was like seven girls. So, we was just playfully going back and forth and doing all this stuff while we had a 2 hour wait. And then we was drinking our mimosas. So, the volume with women, we went from medium to loud at that point, right? Because I think, yeah, we went from medium to loud because we was all just, laughing and doing all this stuff or whatever. So we go, we sit down, we eat, we have a great time, we do all that. And then uh when I guess he was going like to the bathroom or something. When he was walking back, he was looking at me, and I was like, oh, y'all, I guess he's really interested, right? Because he's like looking at me as he's going by. So I we leave, and he was like, well, take my number down. So I took his number, and then I called it just to make sure it was the right number. And he repeated my number back, right? And so then immediately, probably like when I got home, because we waited for 2 hours, and then we sat another 2 hours to eat, right? So we was there basically all day. And so my ass is tired when I get home at this point, right? Because we did brunch at 10. I didn't get home till like 3 or 4 o'clock. So I go walk the doors, come back. He texts me and he was like, nice meeting you, all this stuff. And I said, okay, well, that's fine. I said, nice meeting you too. So then he calls me. So I pick up the phone, and, we chatting back and forth, a little chatter here and there. And then I was like, all right, let me go. Cause, I don't be on the phone all day talking. Right. So now, y'all, this is where I need y'all advice. And I need y'all to be, very honest with me, the single ladies. Okay. So I get a text 5:50 this morning. My phone is over there. 5:50 this morning. And he says, good morning, have a blessed day. Right. So I didn't respond, right? Because remember, what we're doing is you got to teach people how to treat you, right? Because people will always do what they think that they want to do, right? And want to be able to get what they want, right? And if you fall into that, then they're going to think that that's the behavior that they can do, right? You always got to teach people how to treat you, right? So I waited like an hour. And then I said, good morning. I said, you have a good day as well. I said, make sure everybody sees that wonderful smile you have. And then he replies and he says, can I call you? And I said, no. I said, I'm going to get myself ready. I'm going to spend some time with God, and then I can call you later. Now, the first thing I'm thinking, okay, wherever you work, you got to be there early, right? That's what I'm thinking. Wherever you work, you got to be there early. The second thing is, I went and took a nap like around 5 o'clock or so. And he said that he called me back, which he did like around 7:30, but I didn't answer the phone. And I said, yeah, I didn't answer the phone because, I was asleep. So then we were chatting. And I said, well, what is your life like right now? Do you have, a girlfriend, seeing anybody, dating, or whatever? So this is where you got to know your worth, where we getting into this right now. This man says to me, uh, I have a girlfriend. I have a 2 year old. I have a 10-year old. No, I have a 2 year old and I have two 10-year olds. And so I'm sitting up there like, okay, so you got a whole damn family, right? I'm there like, you got a whole damn family. What the hell you talking to me for? Right? So I said to him, I said, okay, well, if you would have said that in the beginning, I would have never talked to you. And he said, yeah, I know. He said, so, I wanted, and this is what he said, I promise you, I wanted to go ahead and tell you up front. I said, no, you didn't tell me up front. You waited until you got my number, and you tried to manipulate me, right? Because you didn't want to tell me, which is a form of deceit, right? And you waited until you got my number to break the news because now you're trying to see if I will accept it or not, right? Oh, girl, you already know, Vanessa, right? You're trying to see if I would accept it or not, right? And so I said, he said, so do you have a boyfriend or nothing or anything? I said, no. I said, I'm single. I have two dogs. And, like that's basically my life. So can I, what did he say? He said, well, when I call you later, can we talk about going out? I said, well, let me repeat what you told me, right? I said, you told me that you have a live in girlfriend, a live in, that you have a 2 year old, which means that it just got here, right? It just got here to Earth, right? And you got two 10-year olds. Hopefully, they twins, y'all, right? And you're trying to test and see if I'm okay with that. And you believe that if I say yes, that I would go ahead and accept your situation and we can do whatever it is that you think that we're going to do in your head. No, that's not how this works, right? But just imagine, and this is when I talk about worth, just imagine how many people that actually works on. You get what I'm saying? The only reason why he is able to say what he say, because obviously he had a game plan, right? Because he didn't tell me up front, right? The only reason why you get to say what you can say is because you tried it before and it worked. Does that make sense? So you're trying to see if it will go ahead and work again. Now, I'm not saying the guy is a bad person because he's probably not. But this is a good lesson to know that if you don't know your worth and your value, people will do what they want to do, right? People will treat you the way they want to treat you. And if you don't know your worth, and if you don't know how important you are to yourself, they will go ahead and do it and not blink twice because they are getting what they want. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Right? And so I'm saying to myself, I said, well, what vibe did I throw off that, you know, would allow him to think that that's okay? And I strongly believe that it is no vibe, right? I think that's just the way that society is right now. right? I just think that's the way things are, where you try and you throw it out there and somebody is going to bite, because most women do not value themselves. Do you hear what I'm saying? Where you are okay with accepting less because you feel like you just need something in your life. You get it? You get it? And he might be an amazing person, but people will only treat you and do things to you what you will allow. And so this is a testing ground, right? This is a testing ground to see, oh, well, the was I kept a hidden secret and I got her phone number. That worked. Now I'm going to go ahead and drop the bomb on her and see how that works. And if I can get past that, then I'm golden, right? Then I'm golden. So now it's making me think, okay, so you are on your way to work. You are on your way to work, because you can't call me at home, not with a 2-year old and a 10-year old and a girlfriend. I can imagine what that household looks like, right? You can imagine what that household looks like. And the only thing that I did was bring you a little bit of excitement because you don't like what's going on at the house, right? So you looking for excitement, you looking for something outside of yourself to go ahead and give you that peace that you were looking for. Honey, I'm not it. Okay? This personality and this attitude and this person is for someone who can match my value. I'm not sitting up here trying to break up no homes or relationships and everything like that. But most of us don't think that way, right? But what you understand is when you on the journey, when you are on the journey, you start to see these things and you can seek it out very quickly and you could cut it off. You could cut it off right at the head and just be like, thank you, but no thank you. Right? So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to end this real nicely, and I'm gonna let them know. You probably an amazing person, but you're looking for something outside of yourself in order to help you cope with the problems that you have at home. And I am not that person. Okay? Maybe you want to go ahead and shoot your shot somewhere else, but that's not me. All right? And with a 2-year old at home, you're basically helping taking care of your family. So there's nothing that is happening no time soon. Okay? And you're there for a reason. Nobody, look, what I tell everybody is this: don't come throw your shit on my white walls. Okay, these walls are clean. You get it? These walls are clean. Don't come throw your shit on my white walls. All right? And we have to be able to say that. And we have to be able to communicate that. Because these things that are out here, I don't care if it's a coworker, your boss, a friend, someone you dating, a husband, or anybody. We got to remember, we want what we want and they want what they want. And we do this dance all day long to see if we can get it, right? And we put these feelers out there to see if we can get by with what we want. You get it? And again, it's not something that is intentional to hurt someone, and it's not intentional to say that I am going to get you back or whatever it is. It is there because you want it. Does that make sense? But if you don't know your worth and your value, that shit can backfire. And you see yourself in a whole heap of drama, right? So what I see is this person trying to come and throw his shit on my white walls. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. We done painted these walls. We done worked on them. We done did everything that we needed to do. I ain't got time for somebody else's drama, right? But how much of us actually do that? It must be a lot of us if he's able to say what he said, right? And so I'm like, that's why it is important to know who you are, ladies. To know who you are, especially us single ladies who are out there. You got to be comfortable with waiting. You got to be comfortable with knowing who you are and being patient and waiting for that right person to come along because they're out there, right? You got to be able to practice who you are with the little things that come along, with the little situations that come along, like what I just talked about, right? It's not to get upset about. It's just that now that you understand who you are, you just don't tolerate a lot of things, right? A lot of things just don't. It's just not sexy. Like you got to see me at night. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to see me when you off, or when you go into the store, or you got to lie. You got to do all these things and go through all. It ain't worth it, right? It's just not worth it. But I know I am worth it. And I know that I've been through too much stuff to get mixed up in drama that ain't even mine. Just because I want to say that I found somebody, which ain't even mine in the beginning. I want my own man. I don't want nobody else's man, right? I want my own man. So I sit up here and I say, wow, it's gonna be a interesting summer, guys. The more that the world is opening back up, you see most of the states are lessening their restrictions and everything. The more that people want to go on vacation and get out there, we're gonna run into these people. And the crazy thing is that like I told you guys before, there are so many people who broke up and so many people who are out there. I'm saying to myself, damn, just imagine how many damaged people you got walking around. Just imagine. But they are there, right? And they're trying to see exactly what they can get. They want to be able to get back in their comfort zone. They want to go ahead and try something new, whatever it is. And I'm just saying to myself, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for allowing me to do my work. Look, I say this all the time. Thank you, God, for allowing me to become truly me because I understand and I recognize just how easy it is to get caught up if you don't know your worth, if you don't recognize who you are, right? How easy it is to just drift into something because you think it's fun and you think it's okay. There is more fun in knowing your worth and having someone treat you the way you need to be treated than someone bringing you their baggage and everything where you trying to carry the load and you got to meet here and there and you can't come here and you can't do this. Ain't nobody got time for that. No, ain't nobody got time for that. So I just smiled. I just smiled when I looked at the text and I said, "Here is the example of when you have to make a choice, right? Because that's what he's asking. I put it out there. What's my situation? Now you make a choice to accept it or not. You make a choice to see if you want to proceed, because if anything does happen when my trauma mixes in with yours, I told you. And you know what? He will be right, because I made a choice to take this on, knowing what the repercussions would be. So I can't be mad if they go a separate, a different way, right? Because I allowed that into my environment. I allowed that, right? So we got to know who we are. We got to know our worth. And we got to know just how powerful we are. Because he kept saying, "Can I call you? Can I call you? Can I call you?" I'm like, why? You already told me. So there's nothing that's going to change unless you do a drastic move, which I don't suggest, right? There's nothing that we need to talk about, right? You could let me know the progress of the kid and all that stuff or whatever. You could be a friend. I could meet your girlfriend, and we can get her some healing. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But no, that ain't no, that ain't my style, right? So I'm like, man, when I come to y'all city and I come to see y'all, just know we gonna have some fun, because I like to have fun. Like I said again, since the world is opening back up, we putting together our schedule where I could come meet y'all and hang out with y'all and talk to y'all. We're gonna do a couple of book signings. We don't know if we're going to start here in Atlanta or end here in Atlanta. I don't know. We're going to talk about that this week. But I definitely got to let y'all know that we are coming. And for real, I am trying to have a good time. I want to be able to speak with all of you guys and just see where you are in the journey. And we can just, chat like girlfriends, right? Chat like girlfriends and just have this amazing experience and experience in this life journey that we are on. Okay. So I'll close with this. You got to know your worth, because you're going to be tested all the time, right? You got to know who you are, because people want what they want. But the most important thing that you got to understand is that you are not second best. You don't allow someone to get what they want and then you justify and believe and think it's okay. That's not how this works, right? You want what you want. They want what they want. And if it's for you, there will be a happy medium. If it's not, oh well, we'll just keep moving on, right? So I hope you guys got some value out of that. I love you guys. I said to myself, we're going to have a lot of stories, because the way that it's looking outside, y'all, I don't know. I don't know. But when you know yourself and you've been practicing this work, I promise you don't take no shit. Yep. Yes, I am. I'm coming. I'm coming to DC and Maryland, actually. Right? You don't take no shit when you know who you are, because you ain't got time for it. And I end with this. Just imagine me sitting up here waiting on somebody call, because I know he in the bed with his girlfriend, and then gotta get up. 2 year olds, I don't know if do they still wear diapers at 2 year olds, or are they at the pull up stage? Right? I don't know. But I know if I agree, I got to be okay with you going to work, coming home to your whole family, getting in the bed with your whole girlfriend, taking care of your whole kid, and then doing it all over again. And then you're going to call me when you on your way to work because you think that's my worth? That's what you think I deserve? Hell no. Hell no. You can take your ass somewhere else. Okay? You could take your ass somewhere else. But there's a lot of people that go, there's a lot of women that go for that, but not us. Okay? I'd rather wait. I'd rather wait. I love you guys. I see y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna come on tomorrow. Um, like and share this if you love it. Go ahead and get on our email list if you are. And I thank you. I see you. And thank you for listening. And it's a true story. I promise you.